thank you for having us in your studio. It's gorgeous, first of all.
Thank you.
And I just want to start off with asking, where does your inspiration for your collection and your pieces come from?
You know, it strikes many times, just depending if I'm out in nature. Usually in architecture, there's nothing I would rather be doing than jewelry, but if I did, it would be interior design. So I find a lot of inspiration from like silhouettes in architecture, in design lines, and even color, because you can kind of look to interiors for trends in color and forecasting. Or every 6 months I have a new collection.
Okay.
And then with that, with the inspiration, it's following a silhouette or a structure, like a proportion that I play with that's repeated throughout the collection. So it's not matchy-matchy, but it's very coordinated with each other. And then they all coordinate with previous collections in the past. So this is probably displaying
mix and match
collections.
And
then it's like the best compliment ever is like, that's so Rach B. I'm like, yes. And almost everything comes in gold and silver. And this is where, you know, I get to say, like, I make everything. Anything can be big or small or tiny, jumbo, and I can make that happen.
So in terms of your creative process, you've talked about your inspiration. Where do you go next?
Hammering and forging and wire wrapping, and, you know, to make one design, I typically have, it's like muscle memory with my hands, but at like finger's distance, I have these 5 tools that I use. All of my components come from this basket of wires that I shape with all of my shapers that my dad made me. He was a machinist. And so all these like silhouettes can come to fruition by these things that he made me. And so they're just, honestly have curated kind of what Rach B is. Voila, you have a pair of earrings.
What makes exhibiting that one-of-a-kind special?
It is really special. It is, the show is so near and dear to my heart because I've been in Chicago for so long, like 20 plus years, and it's home to me. And so to capture the customer that's really local, spreading out to the suburbs, and then people drive far and then fly in for the show. It captures so many people, and the length of the show, I find it really conducive to give everyone an opportunity to come in, which means I'm meeting that person too. Do you do both the holiday and the spring show? I do, which I've loved doing both because the spring show's newer, you know, and so the one-of-a-kind show holiday I've done for 14 years.
Okay.
And with the spring show, including the pandemic closed years, you know, it would be my 5th spring coming up. Spring is just like this flourishing emergence from the winter, like, oh, let's get colorful. You're going on, you know, spring break, or the summer's coming, you can wear this at the pool. And so it's just a really neat way to have that like human connection instead of behind the computer screen on the website for sales that like help people get ready. It's almost like styling them. You know, it's like this like experience that you're helping them get ready for like the next part of the year to enjoy.